we talk about potentially emboldened Netanyahu heading towards D.C. Is that the right phrase or the right adjective to be using, given his own popularity is at the lows?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's been invited by both Democrats and Republicans. As you said, I think he's either he matches or he exceeds Winston Churchill in terms of invitations to address Congress, which is quite something. He's the longest-serving Israeli leader, and at least on the face of it, he appears to be winning in Gaza. Now, winning in inverted commas, clearly, because there's no great winners out of that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of history there, because the last time he addressed Congress was back in 2015 at the request of the Republicans, and he used that as a platform to chastise the Obama administration for the Iranian deal. What are we likely to hear out of his address to Congress this time around?
I think he will largely focus, or at least one of his focuses will be trying to remind the US of what's at stake in the Middle East. So he's going to paint this picture of Iran that's funding at least 5 proxy forces around the region, causing chaos with shipping, disrupting global trade, causing death on a vast scale by arming all these groups and funding them and providing intelligence. So again, I think it's going to be a reminder to the US that while in the longer term the US probably does want to withdraw from the region to some extent, at least for now, it will have to double down in terms of its commitments.
What does all this, tumultuous backdrop in U.S. politics mean for the ceasefire talks? Because it feels as though there actually has been some progress recently in Cairo. Both sides seem they're moving closer and closer towards actually getting the ceasefire deal across the line. Does it matter that the U.S. president is stepping down from re-election and that there are all these questions about who's going to replace him? Or is it business as usual from the State Department's perspective?
Yeah, I would say it certainly doesn't help, that's for sure. But Biden himself was not doing most of the negotiations. And one of the things you can say about him is that he appointed a series of highly competent officials to do it on his behalf. And yes, you're right. I think they have been making some progress. I think there are a lot of sticking points. And to some extent, Netanyahu is one of those big sticking points because he's forever changing the narrative about what he wants or what he's prepared to accept.
A quick one, Stuart. How should we read the tit-for-tat between Israel and Houthis that is really intensified over the weekend?
That it will continue. I think that ultimately is the lesson to be taken away from this, is that yes, you can bomb a port city, but it's in no way going to deter the Houthis. And you can just see that from the fact that the Houthis have already been bombed on multiple occasions by allied forces. They continue to attack shipping. The narrative hasn't changed.